Hey there, StarCraft fans. It's Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of Into the Void. Today we've got a game between DonaldJTrump and Liberty here on Acid Plant, the Ladder Edition. In the bottom right-hand corner of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is Liberty. And in the top left-hand corner, the blue Terran player. It is DonaldJTrump. Now, some of you may take some political messages from these two players playing against each other. I am not going to get into that, but it's kind of weird that the Zerg player has a Terran symbol spinning above his hatchery. Maybe he plays random here at the silver level. If this is your first time in Into the Void, it is basically my semi-weekly... Is that the correct term for every other week? I don't know. Semi-weekly and bi-weekly, I feel like have interchangeable definitions, and bi-weekly has two definitions and whatever. Every other Friday, you're going to have a silver or bronze league level game that was sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of Into the Void. The most entertaining ones are chosen. The ones we can learn the most from are chosen and then cast and put up on this channel. So we're here to have some fun, to see some weird stuff, right? That's why we're here. We're here to see weird stuff. And honestly, seeing DonaldJTrump versus Liberty, I think already works. That already fills the quota. Thank you very much. So, Liberty knows about the hatch first. He knows about going into the spawning pool. He's not doing anything crazy like going double gas and then not using it. Our Terran player 2 is doing... Did he go... Hold on a second. He went command center first, didn't he? He did. He went command center first here. DonaldJTrump, what are you doing here in silver? I like it. I like the aggressiveness. You can pretty much expect players at this level not to be too aggressive, right? People are afraid. You can take advantage of that by going for a command center first on this map, knowing the Zerg player is likely going to go hatch first, and scouting. I know there are pros that say don't scout. I get it. I understand that. But at your level, you need to scout. And at the very least, see, is there an expansion? If there's not an expansion, you need to know that you need to prepare for an attack. Those kind of things. Just basic little things that you can learn by watching these casts. As a Zerg player, if you scout and don't see an expansion right at this point in the game, then you know to expect a one-base attack, or your opponent has literally no idea what they're doing, and you might have a good chance of winning. It's one of those two things, but scout. Scout on in, see what's going up. Double gas here from Mr. Trump. He's got a Marine in production. He's throwing up double bunkers at the front, which is probably over-preparing. I feel like it's probably a bit of an over-prepare here, and a Baneling nest from Liberty. Maybe not. Maybe if Liberty is planning a Baneling bust, which DonaldJTrump did not scout. Trump did not see that there was a Baneling nest on the way. It seems like he's kind of preparing for one, although bunkers are no better than supply depots when it comes to preparing against the Baneling bust. They have, what, 400 hit points compared to 400 hit points? Yeah, I mean, they died at the same number of Banelings, but I think it's 5 or 6. I want to say it's 5. I haven't Baneling busted a Terran in a long time, just because they can scout it and see it coming and then prepare for it, and then it looks stupid. It happened a lot. I used to Baneling bust a whole lot back in Wings of Liberty, and nobody knew what to do about it. And then they figured it out. And the Baneling bust win rate went like in the toilet, and I started doing other more macro style things instead. I think a lot of players have that experience. They go cheesy for a while because it works at the lower levels, but then players start to scout, be able to prepare for cheese at the higher levels, platinum, right, mid-plat, diamond, for example, and then your cheesy stuff doesn't work as well, unless you're print F and you just cannon rush all the way to GM, which I guess is feasible. But I haven't seen anybody Baneling bust their way to GM for Zergs, is all I'm trying to say here. So we'll see. We'll see exactly how this works. If we actually see Banelings, we've seen plenty of games where Zerg players or Terran or Protoss make a tech structure and do literally nothing with it. Right? They don't do anything with it. They make a spire and never make any Mutalisks or Corruptors. Terran player makes a starport, never makes anything from the starport. It's always very disappointing. So hopefully Mr. Trump here is going to go for the starport at some point. He is doing pretty well on double pumping those SCVs thus far. Making some Cyclones, Spore Crawlers coming up. I am a fan of kind of the blind Spore Crawlers if you are the Zerg player here. If you haven't scouted anything, which you really should be scouting something, you should have sent these Overlords out to scout, not to sit back at home. Right? Don't do that. Oh, this Marine has a plethora of options, of stuff to kill here. No peeking, says Liberty. I think he scanned. Oh, he did scan and see the Baneling nest. Good scan. Good timing on that scan here. About 4 or 5 minutes. You want to scan the Zerg player and see what they're up to. Hard for them to hide tech because they have to build on creep, which gives them basically 2 places to build it in the early stages of the game. An expansion is on the way here from Liberty. That's a nice third base for the silver level player. I'm liking it. 31 to 33 harvesters. We're keeping close. Keeping tight. Double engineering bay on the way from DonaldTrump. He's got a starport with a tech lab. It's got to be Banshee, man. Or a Raven would be interesting. We just don't see Ravens all that much in the Into the Void, just because it's a very micro-heavy unit. Did you really kill? Okay, man. Send some of these Zerglings and save your Overlord, Liberty. Come on, man. Do your thing. Oh, okay, this is what Silver's all about, yo. You cannot afford to let this Marine kill 2 of your Overlords. You literally cannot do it. It will put you behind so very, very much. All right, well, if you let this Marine... Oh, now the Zerglings all show up. And they avenged the Overlords, but they couldn't prevent their deaths because they were lazy. They were lazy Zerglings just sitting back here doing literally nothing. Kind of starting to wall off here is Liberty. But, I mean, here's the thing about Zerg. You're on 3 base. If you wall off, you're sacrificing your 3rd. And it's just not great. You don't want to do that. Zerglings coming in. Couple Banelings with them. Speed just finally finished with 18 more Lings on the way and a Spire coming up with an Infestation Pit from Liberty. Dang. All right, he's taking up a lot here. Here comes the Baneling bus. 16 Banelings in production. Whoa, Nelly. This is going to be interesting. Let's see if these Banelings can get through here. I mean, they can get through. 16 Banelings is enough to get through. Just a matter of, will Trump be able to handle it? These Marines will die. The Hellions will die. The Cyclones, I think, are going to die too. 3rd base coming up for Trump. And the Lings going around the outside while the Banelings... Why should we Baneling bust, they say? Let's just go right through this way. And they Baneling bust the supply depots, get inside this mineral line. No pull of the SCVs at all. And a lot of them go down there. 11 SCVs die, a couple mules too. But lost a lot of Banelings and Lings. I mean, that wasn't... I don't think that was necessarily crippling. It's only 29 to 25 harvesters there. I kind of feel like it would have been better for the Banelings to come in through the front, kill these bunkers, kill the attacking units, and then use the Zerglings. Oh, more Banelings coming in, just getting target fired. I mean, that wasn't even necessarily target fire. That was just they were in range to be fired upon and died before they could close to explosion range. But yeah, I really would have rather seen those Banelings crush the front, attack the army, which probably doesn't have the response time required to retreat, and then use the Lings to clean out the SCVs, maybe get inside the main base, cause some more trouble there too. That could have been a win. That Baneling bus could have been a win, but instead he went around the outside, killed some of these supply depots. The army was left untouched by those Banelings, and then they could clean out the rest of it. Sure, 11 SCVs died, but the Terran players back up here with 29 to 29 workers. Oh, wait, was up until I started that sentence. 31 to 29. That's exactly what I meant. That's exactly what I meant. 4th patch coming up here for La Liberté 2. 4 Mutalisks in production. Mutas, we don't see a lot of Muta in the lower levels just because they're so hard to control. Yeah, they're fast. Yeah, they're good at killing workers. Yeah, they're good at picking off stuff like medevacs, liberators, things like that. But if you fly over the wrong place on the map, you fly over some Marines, you fly over some Cyclones, you fly into some Liberators that are in anti-air mode, and your mutas will evaporate. It's just, it happens a lot to the low-level players and kind of puts them off doing or using mutas, as sad as that is. Anyway, 4th hatch, and actually building a base right, and another base over here, Liberty. Expanding like a crazy person. This reminds me of me back in the Brood War days. This is how I played Zerg against people that weren't very good at StarCraft. I would expand 1,000,000 times, get all the gas that I could, make 100 mutas, and just go win. Then I played against somebody who was good at StarCraft when I got to college, and he just scouted all of my bases and killed them. And my strategy was destroyed. This is what Liberty is doing, though. He's expanding 1,000,000 times. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases at 8 minutes, which you can do. It just means your army's not very big. Look at this. A handful of Lings, a Baneling, and 4 Mutalisks. Pro tip, you want to make about 5 Mutalisks. Okay, wait. Kill the Marine. Kill the other Marine. I know you want to get this tank, but you got to kill the stuff that kills you first. Oh, there's the lock-on ability and the other lock-on ability. That flurry of attack at the front is really nice. Muta taken down. Another one taking some shots. 2 Mutas are left. Yeah, see, 2 Mutas just don't do damage fast enough to really shut this thing down. Pretty good micro here from Liberty. Not bad. I like what he's doing, but he is sticking around too long, overstaying his welcome, you might say. I cannot believe how much expanding has been done here by Liberty. And he has 33 drones, making 14. Okay, good. Okay, good. There we go. Making 14 drones with his larva, which does he have much larva? He has 9 more larva, and he's got the supply. He's at 156 supply using 75. Okay, right now, Liberty, what you got to do is drone your face off. Make 1,000,000 drones. Make like 60, 70, 80 drones, and then take up to whatever you want, and then just win. That's it. Win. Go Ultras. Go Broodlords. Go 1,000,000 Zerglings. Go Lings and Banelings. Go Hydras. Whatever you make right now, I think you're going to win. Just because you have a much better potential economy here. 16 more Banelings in production for Liberty. 46 to 40 harvesters right now. He's going to have almost an insurmountable economic lead. Sure, 3 bases are up for Trump. I understand that, but he's down 3 bases to his opponent right now. His opponent's working on a burrow. He's getting a hive, so I guess maybe we're trying to rush to Ultralisks here, but I mean, Trump has not left his base since that first Marine pushed out, so perhaps that's putting Liberty in a safe place. It makes him feel like he's never going to come. And maybe he won't. Maybe he will not. Oh, wait, maybe we're pushing, though. Come on, Trump, you got this thing. How are your upgrades looking? Not great. And +1/+1 for the bio, which is great. Getting some Thors in here, getting some Vikings, getting some +1 ground armor. And Liberty just getting upgrades. He does not have an army. He has 2 Mutalisks, a Baneling, and 18 Zerglings. Maybe this is the early warning system, right? The army moves out, they see this, they kill it. It gives Liberty time to build stuff before the army marches across the map and assaults his 3rd, which is pretty smart. If that's what it is, I kind of like this. Sure, you're sacrificing a hatchery, but okay, maybe not your entire army, too. Ugh, I don't think they killed a single thing there. By golly, they did not. The Hellbats with the blue flame. That is the upgrade that matters right now. The Hellbats with the blue flame. The Muta's not killing anything either. Marines on the ground with the +1/+1. Enough at this point. And now it's time to make, there we go, 12 Lings, 7 Mutas. How much larva do you have? Still 7 more, dude. Make more Zerglings. Do you have upgrades for Zerglings? Let's find out. Upgrades. No, they've got speed, and that's about it. If you're going to make this many Zerglings, get +1/+1 for them. Get +2/+2. If you can get to +3/+3 with Adrenal Glands, you're going to be in a good spot. Them Zerglings are good and fast and can harass like nothing else in the game. Watch True, watch Serral for examples of how to use Zerglings as harassing units in the late game. They make them work. Hydralisk then popping in here for Liberty. We've got +3 ground armor. For our Terran player, he's been on top of these upgrades, man. Been really on top of these upgrades. And Swarm Host. All right, so Liberty says, you're going mech. I will go Swarm Host. I've seen people go Swarm Host before, and that's true. We have seen examples of players going Swarm Host against mech. Some examples coming up, actually, later next week, if you're interested in seeing any of that. It's not the same as the old Swarm Host versus mech days and Heart of the Swarm, where the games are 3 hours and horrible. I think Blizz has done a good job balancing the Swarm Host to where it can't hold off indefinite numbers of mech. But they can still work. They can still work with some good angles and good surrounds and things like that. 11 Banelings coming in for Liberty. Double expanding is Trump. Hasn't expanded since his big explosion earlier, Liberty. So we got Mutas and Banelings without the speed upgrade. Wait, right? No, we do. Centrifugal hooks are done. And then some Swarm Hosts. Most of the Swarm Hosts are not rallied anywhere. They're kind of sitting at the hatcheries that they hatched at, and they do better in groups. I tell you that much. 20 locusts coming at you all at once are a lot scarier than 2, and then 2, and then 2, and then 2, and then 2. 36 Lings in production. I don't think Lings are what you need now. I understand you want to spend your minerals. You're sitting at 3,800 and 700 there, but these Hellbats have blue flame. They're going to have +1 armor very soon, and they will chew up your Zerglings like they are made of tissue paper because they don't have any attack upgrades or armor upgrades. All right. Are the Swarm Hosts together? The Swarm Hosts are together. Doesn't want to come under the creep here. Is the Liberty making 12 more Banelings? I guess the idea here is that the Banelings do counter the Hellbats pretty well. If you can connect on the Hellbats here and then use the Lings on the rest of this army, you're going to be just fine. If you're Liberty, Lings versus tanks and Thors, delicious. 27 more Banes? You crazy? No, I am Liberty, says Liberty. Gross. Zerg is gross. I mean Zerg, and I've made Zerg for a long time, but I can still say they're gross. That's why I can say that. I can say they're gross because I'm Zerg. 6 Corruptors on the way for Liberty to deal with, I guess, the Vikings. Fine. That's okay. I don't know what else you're going to use Corruptors for against this army unless you're going to snipe bases. Double Planetary Fortress upgrade coming for Trump, getting high-sec auto-tracking. A Greater Spire. Okay, so Broodlord Liberty's going for. Makes sense. I am down with that. I am down with the Broodlords. They are good. Did you catch that Clem versus Stefano game from Wednesday? I want to say it was US time. That was an amazing game. Wow. Incredible game. Enjoyed casting, and I'm sure people enjoyed watching it too. Here we go. Banelings crashing on into the front here. A lot of the Hellbats are gone. Locust coming down to deal with the rest of this stuff. And you know what? Doing okay. Where do the Zerglings go? Are they all dead? I don't know, man. But don't move the Swarm Host into those Thors. Okay, so they did a great job here. A couple of Hellbats actually remaining. What? 10 kills and 8 kills each on those. The Corruptors are trying to kill, I guess, Medivacs and Banshees. which is cool. 18 more Lings in production. Is 18 more Lings going to work? He really needs the upgrades for the Lings if he's going to do this thing. Picked off one of the Minivacs, or Banshee. I'm not sure what you killed there. There's another attack of Thor's coming in, finishing off that 3rd base location, marching into the 4th base too. Doing pretty well here is Trump. These desperation panic Zerglings are trying to do stuff, but the Blue Flame Hellbats are just wrecking them. It's time to go. Time to go Swarm Host, ladies and gentlemen. Do not A-move your Swarm Hosts into the army either. Oh, the Hellbats are trying to clean them up, and they're doing a pretty good job of it too. This could be the end. This could be the end for Liberty. 142 to 74 total supply. Marching in. Kind of trying to make sure that he can take down all newcomers is Trump. Shooting down the Corruptors. 18 more Lings in production. I just don't think it's enough. I really don't think it's enough here. 162 to 74 supply. Yeah. I mean, does Trump know about this base? He doesn't. He doesn't know about this base, but he's going into the natural, which seems like a pretty solid target. Broodlords. Broodlords may be the saving grace here for Liberty. I don't know. I don't know if it's enough, though. Even with the Broodlords. I'm not this skilled. It's just OP, says Trump. I'm sorry. Look at him calling his own strategy OP. That's hilarious. Broodlords calling down fire from above. Killing a Thor. Trying to kill some more stuff. The Hellbats really need to be the targets here because they can kill these Broodlings using splash mode attacks on the Thors. You got to change these guys to the high impact payload to do more damage to single targets, but this is working actually. This is actually working pretty well. And yeah, that's going to be all she wrote here. Thanks for coming. Additional Marines pushing on in, marching straight up the front. Liberty had a decent idea, just could not capitalize. Never got that drone count. Never got those upgrades. Couldn't decide what he wanted his army to be. It was going to be, I guess, Ling Swarm Host, but he didn't have enough Swarm Hosts. He didn't have enough Lings. The Banelings were good, but didn't kill all of the Hellbats. I think maybe if they killed all the Hellbats, the Locusts would have been a little bit more effective here. But in the end, Trump is your winner with the mech pushing out. Banelings trying to stop him. Couldn't quite make it happen. Now here he is on his victory lap. Because I don't think he wants to leave. Nope. And that's fine. We've usually tried to give players a bit of a victory lap here if they want to stay in the game and kill stuff, but not too much of one. Jeez, let's not be crazy about it. Dun, 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 dun. All right, well, you're just kind of sitting here, so I feel like you're done. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, anyway, that's going to do it for me. Kind of an interesting game for the Into the Void this week. But this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of, what, the rapid fire launchers? Really? Increases the attack speed of the first 12 shots of the Cyclone's lock-on. Getting all the upgrades. He doesn't know what there is. He doesn't know about this base. He's going to go try to find it. Yeah, so go ahead and hit that like button if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also subscribe to catch daily StarCraft stuff, Brood War, Legacy of the Void, high level, low level, everything in between. You can also catch me if you want to find me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. Pretty easy to find that way. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
And so you must run, and it's taken your heart and broken your soul. You cannot go back until you're made whole. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void to find a place you can live. push comes to shove, there's a light upon you, and you follow it on. Looking for a reason and a way to atone. All around you, the planets and stars, you're lost in a maelstrom of a great new unknown. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void to find a place you can live, a place you can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, and you're running into the void. You go searching into the